Hey everyone. Hey Robbie. Hey Witchy. Hey Jess. So, the screaming banshee and the flashlight scream again. So, Miss Amy wants to say that the screenshots that were presented on my last live were fake. Really? Is that where you want to go with this, Amy, and retro? Everything that we present is fake, altered, spliced. Is that where you want to go with this? Because years ago, we had a guilty person that said every single screenshot was either altered or fake. Nobody believed him either. So let me tell everyone how I found that screenshot. Shall we? So it was sent to me by someone who will remain anonymous. And I watched it in a little short video on this Granny Fans channel. And I says, oh, I see a bunch of heads on there. And I see midway down the screenshot that, oh, look at this. Retro's face saying that she contacted Darling Nikki's kid, saying that Darling Nikki needed her medicine adjusted. All right. However, I happen to be wrong. Okay? That wasn't retro. If you look at that screenshot very, very closely, you'll see all the photos, all the avatars are retros. And you'll see one of those avatars was Amy replying to retro. So in that screenshot, we don't know who the fuck is talking to who. So this is just my take on that screenshot. I think Amy thought that she had a mole in her chats, so to speak. So Amy decided to take Retro's picture and change her profile picture to Retro to throw people, anyone off. Okay. Taking a screenshot. Who's talking to who? I think that's what happened. I think there might have been a YouTube, not a YouTube, a Facebook glitch too, but it said Facebook user. But hey, I was wrong. All right. I didn't see the screenshot Darling Nikki put up later on that evening where Amy admitted that she was the one that contacted. Now, people may sit there and argue this. Darling Nikki even admitted, and one of her kids was heard on the live stream. That nobody contacted her. Okay. In my mind, that's irrelevant. Amy went into a fucking chat and said she did it. So so let's break this up for people that in the back that may not understand all this. So Amy goes into a chat. Absolute witchy. If that was the case, then Amy had people pointing fingers at Retro. So, and some friend Amy was to some of us in this chat, including me. All right. She was a very shitty and selfish friend. I'll tell you that. So, for those who don't understand the gravity of what happened, all right, I know Amy. Robbie here knows Amy. She's turning out to be the Karen that we all know now. She's showing her true colors. And I think she did contact someone who she thought was Darling Nikki's daughter or kids. Lucky enough for her, she got the wrong person. Because her kids report that they got no messages from anyone. All right? So, Amy likes to look up people. She likes to dig. We all know that for a fact. So she probably did some digging on Facebook or YouTube or one of those ground check sites. And she probably found a few people she thought was Darling Nikki's kids. And decided to send them a message. Or decided to pick up the phone and make a phone call. However, lucky for Amy, I think she got the wrong person or people. Because take a look, just remember what they're saying. They think that Darling Nikki lives in Barrie, Ontario. She doesn't live in Barrie. She used to years ago, but not anymore. So they're looking, so they're doing digging. So they're fucking doing some digging. Amy's doing the digging. Probably the imbecile space has her fingertips on the laptop. We all know she's obsessed. And they find out that Darling Nikki used to live in Barrie. And they assume that she still lives there. Because guess what? I used to live on the border with Canada. I used to live on the border. And what I know about the Canadians is they have stricter privacy laws than this country. All right. So I don't think that Amy or whoever and whomever would be able to get a lot of info from the Canadians and Darling Nikki. Just saying. So it's more probable than not that Amy got the wrong person. So, what does that mean? All right. Let's evaluate this from a reasonable person's perspective, not a Karen's perspective. All right. Let's use a little logic here. So she admits in a chat, Amy, that she reached out to Darling Nikki's family. Okay. She got the wrong person. All right. We all know how that went down, supposedly. And guess what? Isn't it the thought that counts? The bad intentions. That count with Amy. So she got angry. So she decided she was gonna reach out. It's the thought that counts here. Not that she it's not the fact that she failed, but I believe that she actually did try to contact Darling Nikki's family. Absolutely. She tried. She's guilty. That's how I view it. And Retro being all up Amy's ass in that chat means she's just as guilty as if she did it herself. That's how I'm viewing it. Retro is just as guilty as if she picked up the phone and called herself. Okay? I didn't see Retro denounce it. Did you? Did anyone see a screenshot where Retro asked her not to? Did you see a screenshot where Retro says, why did you do that? No, you didn't, did you? She just had thumbs up. And what were they doing when they went live? Anyone? They sat there and they blamed Dave. They sat there and blamed Dave for everything. I'm saying, what the fuck? What does Dave have to do with you, Amy, going real life? Oh, that's right. You think he's the mole. That's right. Damn. So you have Mal and your little army. Oh, wait a minute. You don't have an army, Amy. It's all Tiffany's army. Excuse me. It's all Tiffany's little army. They started dragging Dave G in chat too. I found that pretty low. I found that pretty low. Trying to blame, saying, "Oh, it's all Dave G's fault for taking screenshots." I didn't see any fucking proof that Dave G did anything. Okay. I didn't see anything, but he could have done it. He may, He may have not have. I'm hearing there's more than one. So let's just put it at that. You piss people off, Amy. All right? With your real life and your lies and your, hey, you even lied that you were close to your family. Hey, Rachel. You're a fucking liar, Amy. And you even came into Robbie's chat today under your little sock account. You little piece of shit. Everyone knows that's you. Everyone knows that's you, Amy. Why don't you just come in under your real name and say that shit? Yeah. We know it's you. So I was wrong. All right. That Retro made the call or made the contact or tried to do it. Okay. At least I'm able as a person to admit I was wrong about something. Does Amy or Retro or Tiffany admit that they're wrong about something? Nah. They just double down when they get caught on something and try to deflect from their actions, and they accuse someone else of something to change the topic. Oh yeah, and piss ass Lonnie. She has to sit up there and hey Wyoming. And Lonnie has to sit there and blab, blab, blab. You're nothing, Lonnie. They're just using you. But you opened up your mouth for the last time. What are you doing here, Cassandra? Hey, Tam Tam. There was 3 to 4 people in that chat. Amy said that it was her who said it, not Retro. So how was she setting up Retro? She told many people different things and discovered who not to trust. Dave was there. You're missing the point, Cassandra. You're missing the fucking point. Did you see all those pictures with Retro on the left-hand side, Cassandra? I don't give a shit. That's an act. Thank you, Witchy. You beat me to it. There were so Retro's picture was all down there, and Amy was one of them speaking. So, in reality, which one is it that's speaking, Cassandra? So, the opinion in my chat, okay, is Amy is throwing her friend under the bus just to get away with her shit fuckery. Damn it. Do you now get it, Cassandra? Damn. And you have the nerve, Cassandra. All right. You have the fucking nerve, honey. Oh, weren't you the one that invited ODN over to your house? A real lifer? Wasn't that you, Cassandra? Damn. And you're oh yeah, you're over there supporting people going real life. And now you're sitting there. And now you're sitting there condemning darling Nikki for calling Amy's stepdad. You are a fucking hypocrite, Cassandra. You're a fucking hypocrite. Oh, yeah, that's right. Damn. Wasn't he over at your house when the tire slashing incident happened? Oh, my goodness. Giving him an alibi or something like that. It's been, yeah, inviting a damn known criminal to your house. How lovely. So, of course, someone like Cassandra ain't going to get it. Yeah, I was wrong on that screenshot, but then we get another one. From another chat. So I know. Hey, Ann. So we got. So I know Amy. I knew Amy since the end of 2018. She has so many fucking chats. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It isn't funny. All right. She has a chat for fucking everything for different groups of people. Amy can't even get her fucking chat straight sometimes. And how many do I have? Or how many active chats did I ever have that I own? I have 3. And the 2 of them are not even active. Damn. And Amy has like hundreds. So she probably had the chat. Let me get my history straight on this, all right, girls. So Amy probably was separating Michelle, Kay, and Voices because they don't like each other. That's probably what was happening, all right? Or a few others that don't get along, so to speak. That's probably what was happening. Don't quote me on that. So, Amy decided to scream at me the other night. Are you triggered, Amy? Are you triggered because I told the truth or something? Because that would be too fucking bad. So you say for us to mind our own business, Amy, when you have your nose in everyone else's fucking business? Yeah, you used to tell me and a few others to mind their fucking business. And I laughed at you when you said that. Why was that? Why was that, Amy? Because knowing you have your nose into fucking everything. And you're telling me and a few others to mind our fucking business? And then you're telling me to stop going after your friends? What the fuck? The only one I had an opinion on was Jur. You didn't like that very much, did you, Amy? So when Amber brought it up and Tinksy, you kind of went ballistic, didn't you, Amy? You didn't like that so much. But my criticism of Jur was she sits there over at Street Rats. I didn't like that. I had my own opinion on that. Absolutely, Witchy. Why should we mind our own fucking business when her, Lonnie, Retro, CJ, Scarlett can't do the same fucking thing? Yep. 100%. And plus, Witchy, anything that's fucking public on this platform is fair game to talk about. Anything that comes out of Retro's mouth, anything that comes out of Amy's mouth when she's on panel is open season. Okay? It's open fucking season to talk about on here. Open for criticism. It's fucking open for criticism. And if you don't like it, Amy, you can just log off. I'm sure that's what the police told you. When you go down to the station to call the police on everyone, they say if you can't handle our First Amendment rights to criticize, to do parody, to talk about what's going on around here, they tell you to log off. They can't do a damn fucking thing about it. What makes you special? What makes you fucking special, Amy? What makes you better than everyone else on this platform? Now, I was watching Robbie today, and his stream on Molly Golightly was very informative. His little segment. He showed Molly Golightly in court. And the judge explained it perfectly. You can't even get an order of protection without a threat of harm or property. Now, I never threatened you, Amy. I never threatened to harm you. I never threatened to go after your fucking property. I only criticized you on the internet. I only told the truth. I only gave my fucking opinion. Was I mean to you on the internet? Yeah. Because, in my opinion, you deserved it. You fucking deserved it, Amy. And then you got to sit there and scream on Retro's panel and lie. You know far well, you know what happened with Natasha Cooper. You know, you were there, Amy. Yeah, but hurt Karens. You know what happened. Natasha decided to make up the lie that I beat my mommy, which is false. Hey, Violet. You know that's a lie. But you continue to repeat it. I told people what I actually did. But you sit there and you lie. You go along with that lie because you think it's going to trigger me. Do you think, do I look triggered to you? Do I look like am I screaming and yelling like you? At least I can get my point across without screaming and yelling like you do. At least you say I spit on cops. I never spit on a cop. You bitch. I spit on the ground and spit in the other direction, you stupid fuck. Now, if you want to criticize me for that, Amy, go right ahead. Go right ahead, Amy. I don't give a fuck. Go right ahead. Criticize me for what's true. I did not hit a cop. I did not spit at a cop. I did not spit at anyone in my family. Get that fucking straight. I did not assault anyone in my family. Get that fucking through your fucking thick skull. But she has to sit there and lie, does she? Doesn't she? And I don't owe you an explanation on anything, you fuck. What? Absolutely, Witchy Nicole. I was never charged with that. Because what Natasha Cooper did, Witchy Nicole, was she called me the P word. She falsely accused me of the P word and beating up my mommy. So what did I do? I posted my charges. Okay? And guess who said to do that? Guess who advised me to do that? Amy. And guess who was there who could vouch for this? Amber. Ask her. She'll vouch for that. And I did it. It's on my community wall. I debunked Natasha Cooper's bullshit. But, you know, Amy, she thinks that these so-called background reports are 100% accurate, ladies and gentlemen. So she sits there and takes those background reports as gospel truth. I've seen several of them before. They contain errors. Dates are wrong. They're mixed up. What they are actually are data brokers. Don't rely on one of those. I would never buy one of those and rely on them as a top source for info. Fuck no. And all they do over there lately is drag someone because they got sexually assaulted. That's disgusting, Amy. That's disgusting. You are disgusting. And then you accuse me. All right? Then you fucking accuse me of going after your daughter. I never did that. I just got sick and fucking tired of you dragging darling Nikki through the mud for her essay. All right? Calling her a fucking liar. Absolutely, Wyoming. Damn. Yeah, she's just blowing smoke out of her ass now. She's just blowing fucking smoke. At least when I get something wrong, I can admit it and correct it with the correct information. That fucking skank doesn't know how to do that. And if she does, she just says, "Oh, I was wrong. Let's just leave it at that." She doesn't correct it. She doesn't do shit. But then she demands save Robbie to correct fucking something. I remember that time. And then she blows up. Excuse me, Amy? Practice what you preach, you hypocrite. You sit there and lie and oh, and drag everyone over here. I don't sit here and intentionally get something wrong, Amy. All right? Absolutely, Violet. You don't call someone that without any proof. What, Natasha Cooper decided to call me that without any proof. We all know that Jamie is called that without any proof. It's all okay. Robbie's called that without any proof. It's all right. We're all women. It's okay to trash the men, but they don't like it when something's dished back at them. And then you scream and yell, Amy. And when I brought up what you told me, Amy, I was as vague as possible just to make a point. But what do, Amy? What do you fucking do? You sit there and use your child. You exploit your child to win it, to try to win an internet argument. You fucking bitch. That's right. And I'm not even sure if you were even telling the truth on that. I didn't give details. I didn't give gory details. I was just trying to tell people, well, how would you like it if we talked about your essay story, Amy? The one you told me and Nikki? How would you like it if we decided to talk about that and say everything's a lie? You wouldn't like it, would you, Amy? I even went up on Nikki's panel and asked that same question. Hey, Jason. How would you like it? You don't like it when it's done to you, but you go and scream and yell and cry when it's done to you, Amy. Get a life. Okay? You go real life on people, and then you scream and yell when it's done back to you. Go fuck yourself. All right? Now, I'm going to say this. All right? I'm going to say this is my position. I didn't agree with darling Nikki. I didn't agree with her calling your stepdad. However, I kept my mouth shut. And I'm going to tell everyone why I kept my mouth shut at first. Because Amy and or retro, whatever you want to call it, with their little chat there, Nikki knew all about that, by the way. She got that screenshot, I believe, a while back. All right. I don't know when she got that. I'm not going to sit there and interrogate people, but here's the thing. I didn't agree with Nikki calling her stepdad, but I'm not her boss. All right. I'm not going to sit there and go into her chat and start screaming at her, carrying on like a Karen. Hey, Kimberly. Because I don't agree with something. However, Amy is sitting there on her channel supporting going real life on Jamie, supporting going real life on darling Nikki, supporting going real life on this person. So in Tiffany's mind, Amy's mind, Retro's mind, and some of those shitheads that they have over there, the hypocrisy is astounding. All right. So here's the philosophy over there. Do unto me as I want done unto me. So what does that mean? I'll translate. All right. So it means selective morals. only their feelings count. So they say, don't go real life on me, but I can go real life on you. I can look you up, but you can't look me up. Hey, Southern Rose. So it's total hypocrisy. It's total hypocrisy. Damn. So I seen the screenshot of someone commenting on Amy's channel and her giving a heart like to someone wanting to go real life on Jamie. Oh, isn't that nice, Sarah? She made a community post about me. Is telling the truth triggering you, Amy? Is me telling the truth about you triggering you? Good. I don't give a fuck. Because I'll keep telling the truth about you. All right? I'll keep telling the fucking truth. I don't have to lie. All right? I don't have to lie about you, Amy. There's plenty of truth to be told. And you tell us to mind our own business. But you sure inserted yourself into Amber's business last year, didn't you? And when I messaged you and said, I'm getting myself involved in this shit, I had the screenshots of that. The next day, she starts turning on me, getting all pissed, and I wasn't going to be supporting her bullshit. It was none of her fucking business to begin with to start repeating the things that Amber told her in confidence. Why? Because she hated Jamie so much? Fuck that shit. I think she does too, Wyoming. I think she does. It's part of the mental illness theory I have. I think she has something similar to Tiffany, actually. They enjoy it. I noticed with Amy, it's like delusional. She has a distorted view of reality. The delusional part is absolutely true. She has this strange point of view all the time. Everything's a conspiracy. Short fuse sometimes. And then you count the other things, and it's like, okay, it's mental illness. She needs to see a psychiatrist ASAP. And then when Darling Nikki came on my last live, I'm not counting the restream of Retro last time. Yeah, I agree with you, Violet. Deflecting, playing victim. I've seen that too. And then Amy claims to be a conservative. Damn. Damn it. You claim to be conservative, but then you're claiming to be the biggest victim out here, Amy. Damn. So let's see here. She tagged me. Let's see what she has to say. We'll give her 5 minutes of fame. Oh, I guess she removed it. Oh, poor Amy. All right. Because she didn't want to make it fool of herself anymore. So I'd stop at Amy and get some help. And I agree with Darling Nikki, actually, on the one point she made defending herself. She did it to get you help. I don't think it was done out of hatred. She sees you spiraling out of control. She didn't know how to handle you, Amy. But that wouldn't have been my first move. I think calling the stepdad would have been my last resort. Just saying. Unless she went really did something real bad and went real life. Then perhaps I'd think of doing that, but I'm not going to sit there and drag her because I disagree with her. All right. I could say I disagree with someone. All right. Without dragging them. And Amy, remember that night you were on Darling Nikki's panel and you dropped off? Me, Sarah, and Jason were not dragging your fucking skanky ass. If we were dragging your skanky little ass, you would know we were dragging your fucking skanky little ass. We were defending our fucking selves. Damn. You think because we didn't agree with you and we were telling you to stop it and we didn't buy your little lie that Sarah drives cross country and depends wasn't dragging your ass. We asked you to stop it. It wasn't Sarah dismissing your feelings. Not Sarah, Nikki. You decided to sit there and falsely accuse Sarah of things you couldn't fucking prove because you hated her. Why do you hate Sarah, Amy? Because she called you out on your bullshit one time in mod chat long ago or something? Is that why? Are you jealous that she's friends with someone that you don't like? What's the real problem, Amy? Damn, we're never going to get an honest answer to that. So why am I even asking? You know? Yeah, and I'm conflicted on that, but I do agree with I did agree with Jamie when I was talked to. We shouldn't be encouraging these nut jobs to go real life. Here's the thing, Ann, all right? Where do we draw the line and say who's allowed to go real life and who's not? Where do we draw that line? You get what I'm saying? Oh yeah. She's a pro at that, Robbie. She doesn't like to be told no or she's wrong. Because I remember, Robbie, the one time, remember the Captain Kangaroo incident? She came into my chat and she accused AJ of being Captain Kangaroo under a voice changer. And then she posted this little segment of a voice, and I said, I can't tell if that's AJ or not. And then I told Amy to get me some real proof. And then she accused Noodle Mash of something that didn't jive with the fact. That says, I'd like to see proof on that, Amy. She wouldn't even give me screenshots, Robbie. She wouldn't even give me screenshots. And I'm like, what the fuck? She was saying, oh, you're not. That's not the truth. So just because Mrs. Portland says something or it's her point of view doesn't mean it's the truth. It's a point of view. It's an opinion. I could see that Amy was friends with Mrs. Portland for a while, but show me proof. Show me where Noodle Mash was wrong on something. And I'll go live and I'll talk about it. Don't sit there and say, oh, you're wrong on something without showing me a fucking damn thing. And I'm going to admit, some of the things I got wrong in the past came from Amy because she thinks she knows it all. At the beginning, she says, oh, this and that. I got it from Amy at the beginning until I says, wait a minute. Then I started asking for Amy for proof, and then she used to get pissed. Yeah, asshole. Everyone took a ride on the Portland train once, you know. Robbie took lots of rides on that. But hey. But I will admit, okay, some of the bullshit surrounding her was petty. All right. Like the shit in the toilet bowl, big deal. All right. If she posts a picture of shit in a toilet bowl or something petty like that, just let it go. All right. You know, silly stuff like that. I didn't see that as a big deal. But everyone made, I remember the one time that everyone made a big deal about shit in a toilet bowl, and I was like laughing. That's all. Now I could see if then I go to then I think it was a month later. I go over to Mrs. Portland's channel and I see her cussing everyone out, and I'm like, okay, here we go. Here Mrs. Portland goes. Yeah, absolutely, Jess. I think a lot of it was petty, but I didn't invest in much, you know. I made a few videos on Mrs. Portland at the beginning. I didn't agree with all the police calls. You know, go to the police over a coffin post or a vampire post. I don't know. But here's the thing. I said it before, Jess. If you're gonna make a live threatening to do self-harm, all right, that's when you can pick up the damn phone and call for help. That's one of my exceptions to the rule. That's one of the exceptions when they're threatening self-harm or threatening to hurt someone else, or they're getting harmed themselves. And because here's the thing, Tiffany decided to taunt him with photos of her, probably a Photoshop photos of her bruised face or whatever. What was Robbie supposed to do? What is Robbie supposed to do? We probably knew that she was full of shit, but what if she was that 3% chance that she's telling the truth, that she's being beaten up? Was Robbie supposed to sit there and ignore it? What he did was call the police and explain the situation to them. And he showed fucking receipts. All right? He showed fucking receipts. He wasn't fucking around. But Smiley. This is Tiffany we're talking about. She lies over 95% of the time. She's a fucking troll. So we're gonna talk about Tiffany for a few minutes, all right? We're gonna talk about Miss Tiffany. Because guess what? Yeah, 3% chance of telling the truth. Okay, you know, Smiley. Yes, Robbie. It was either lip injections or she burnt her lip smoking meth. Either or. You get what I'm saying, Robbie? So certainly. Give me a second. Let me find my pad. Give me a second. I haven't checked it yet today, but just give me a second. Oh, Amy. Poor thing. I have never met in my life met stupid ass people like them. You sound so dumb, Bill. Oh, Amy. Is that all you have to say? Yeah, I see this. You know, oh, Amy. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So, Miss Tiffany decided to go to a new low yesterday. She decided, fuck morals, fuck human decency. Hey, fuck terms of service, practically. And she decided to say, do something in her description that was utterly disgusting. She decided to post something called Justice for the O'Briens. Now, Darling Nikki explained it last night that the O'Briens were the people who trafficked her as a kid. Now, what the fuck is wrong with you, Tiffany? So you're sitting there degrading someone for their essay once again. Yeah, it's a new low, Jason. I like that slogan better, Robbie. Let's have justice for Darling Nikki instead of justice for them. Because yeah, disgusting even for her. Now that son of a bitch that I'm not going to even mention the guy's name that was in the news after Paul Bernardo or before Paul Bernardo. I forget. Excuse me if I get the times wrong. Canada's most prolific rapist. For fuck's sakes. Tiffany decides to defend him and say, oh, do you know what you're doing, Tiffany? You're making it harder for legit victims to even come forward. How would you like it if you had a story like that and you were called a liar with very little evidence to practically denounce your story? Just a few misguided opinions. But we all know you're a fucking troll. You know, you trolled the families of the SH incident. You even stuck up for a P word that filmed in a McDonald's. And then your headline was, what was it? Daniel Marion Mitchell did not go into a McDonald's. Now, I don't care if he went into a McDonald's or not. He made disgusting videos with commentary. I don't give a shit if he went in there and filmed. You fucking bitch. I don't give a shit, Tiffany. I don't give a fuck. And then you kept going with that fuck. So you're a so what you're saying, Tiffany, with your actions is you're pro essay. You're pro essay. You're for the offender. You're for offenders' rights. You think it's funny. And you and Amy just love to hear the gory details. You're disgusting. You want Darling Nikki to do a live That's what you want, don't you? You want her to bare her soul and tell all the dirty details and re-victimize her once again. She doesn't fucking have to. All right? She doesn't fucking have to. If she doesn't want to. Now, let me get to the Breakfast Club thing. All right? So what? She admitted to almost being a victim. She said that. She admitted she lied about that because she chickened out. She didn't want to talk about it. And that's her right. She didn't want to talk about it. Do you have any idea how traumatizing something like that would be? Do you have any idea how traumatizing something like that would be? No, you don't, Tiffany. Please don't mention SH by the full name, Kimberly. Thank you. And it was a tragedy. She probably trolled other high-profile tragedies like that. Because she's a sick son of a bitch who has no respect. And then when she got caught with that incident, she decided to turn everyone in, throw them under the bus, that troll group, just to save her own ass. That's right, Tiffany. Yeah, because there are people that will terminate your channel, Robbie, if you talk about it. Just saying. I think that's how Lycan and Amber lost theirs. I'm just saying. I'm not taking that chance. So yeah, he used Tiffany. What Tiffany did was she contacted one of those people and lied and misled them into taking Lycan's channel and Amber's channel down. Yeah. She doesn't have that power anymore, but she used to. She used to have but hey, that's all right, Jason. It's all right, but that's what Tiff does. That's what Tiff does. She wants to hear all the dirty details because she's a sick motherfucker. That's what she wants. Don't give it to her. So you see, Tiffany? Hey, 71. I could play this all day. All right, but hey, you're nobody. All right, Tiff? If CJ wants to sit there and lick your ass, that's her prerogative. If Amy wants to sit there and lick your ass, she's stupid. All right? She knew how you were, but they're over there hate bonding, and you're counting on that. All right, Tiff? It's only going to last so long over there until things go down the drain. How much longer do you want to give them until they start fighting? with Tiffany involved in all this. 3 months, 3 more months, 4 more months till Tiffany turns. She already did it to the cock. We all know Tiffany's going to turn on JB Gunner, so if she hasn't already. Yeah, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of fucking time. And we'll be laughing. Yeah. And some people already turned and they just sit there. And do you know, Amy and Tiff, that people are cheering us on and not even saying a word? Huh? Yeah. So I was gonna before I heard that rant and scream by Amy with Tiff in chat, I was gonna do a short video on something else. But I'll just do this now, you know. So has anyone heard of what's going on in Australia? I'm sure Rachel can back this up with the fighting in Parliament. This kind of made the news here, so what happened is there was a fight in the Australian Senate between 3 senators. So I saw this video of a fight. And this wasn't the first time it happened, all right? So they're calling the Australian press is calling it one of the most misbehaved parliaments in a long time. All right. Usually in this country, we know our politicians are crooks, but I didn't realize how corrupt Australia can be until years ago, like maybe 6 years ago, when these honest government ads started to come out. So what are honest government ads? So what they started to do was they took political ads. You know those ones we hate to watch? They go after candidate after candidate. And they turn them into comedy segments. So what they do is they out the government. So suppose an honest government ad for Australia would be, okay, here's a message from the Australian government. And what they do is they pretend to be the government and they act and they confess to all their crimes in office, and they use humor to get their message across. So they do ads in the United States, the UK, and it's pretty hilarious if you watch some of them. And the one ad, I think the first ad I watched was Australian values. It was hilarious. So I says, wow, these Australian politicians are pretty corrupt. So the other day, I see 3 independent senators in Australian Parliament get into it. So I watched the news coverage, and they were blaming one senator for what she did. She actually got close to assault. All right. Her name is Lydia. What's her name? Let me get her name. Lydia Thorpe. Okay. So Lydia Thorpe was suspended from the Senate chamber for a week. So what she did was she got pissed at another senator, probably for good reason. All right. Ripped up her paper or the motion and threw it in her face. I thought Nancy Pelosi was disrespectful and rude for ripping up the State of the Union address. But this girl is disrespectful as fuck. I'll tell you that. So after she did that, she walks out. She does a walkout and gives the rest of the chamber the middle finger as she walks out. So then the fight was between Pauline Hanson and this Fatima Payman. So the argument here is Article 44 of the Australian Constitution, which means only Australian citizens can be in Parliament. So what's the issue? So Fatima Payman was born in Afghanistan and got Australian citizenship. However, she had to renounce her Afghanistan citizenship, and she did so before she ran for Parliament. All right. Yeah, Miss Thorpe has quite the history, and so does Pauline Hanson. I'm going to get into that. Oh, yeah, Smiley. She has quite the history. Oh. Yeah, it's not a good situation here. So Miss Payman ran for Parliament, got elected as an independent, and there was no issues, no motions, no nothing until just the other day when Senator Pauline Hanson drafts a motion mentioning dual citizenship. Now, I question watching the news clips. Why is she bringing it up now? Now, if there was an issue with the election, in my opinion, it should have been dealt with right there and there. It should have been done right there. Is she to question her eligibility to be in this chamber? All right. Why do it 3 years in her term? Damn. Why do it 3 years in her term? Something sneaky is going on. So Lydia Thorpe got pissed, and she has quite the history of theatrics, all right? So I'm not gonna sit there and she's a piece of shit. All right. So we're gonna go into Pauline Hanson. I think she is one of Australia's number one of the most controversial voices in Australia. So we got a convicted felon, all right, that was elected senator of Queensland, all right. So she has 2 criminal convictions, all right. So she has one for fraud, okay. So Pauline Hanson was convicted of fraud, and she has one conviction of hate speech. Ouch. And she's being called out by Fatima Payman for her comments throughout the years and being questioned. What are her motives now for trying to oust a Muslim colleague out of the Senate after 3 years, almost 3 years into her term as senator, halfway through her term? So Pauline Hanson was convicted of hate speech for telling a Pakistani. She makes comments like, if you don't like it, go back to your own country. She makes comments like that. And in Australia, that's illegal. So let me see here. Let's see here. Fraud. So she was convicted in district court in 2003 for electoral fraud. Wow. So this woman got voted in for electoral fraud. Wow. And then she has a law. Okay, she got accused of sexual harassment. And she has a long history of making racially charged comments. So then you have the press saying that this Fatima woman, this Muslim from Afghanistan that was born there, is the real problem, along with this Lydia Thorpe. No, I think here's my opinion on what I'm watching. And I watched the whole tape, and what Lydia, not Lydia, what's her name? Fatima Payman was doing was saying she thinks it's open and shut case of racism. All right. Senator Lydia Thorpe decided to cause a scene when she had no right to. And then you had Pauline Hanson stirring the pot with her nasty comments. So usually, so in my opinion, I think it's Pauline Hanson that stirs the pot, and Lydia Thorpe. You have a bad situation here. Oh, really, Smiley? So you have a habit over in Europe telling people if you don't like it here, leave. Oh, really? Damn. Ouch. Yeah. Yes, yeah, the mood in that the mood in that room was like volatile. I think it's a point of view problem, and you had one senator going ballistic. But here's how I view it, Smiley. It's like telling a Native American in the US who was born here to go back to their own country. It's like telling an Aboriginal in Australia to go to their own country. It's stupid. You get what I'm saying? Now, if you had, but here's the thing though. If you have an actual policy that you're protesting, okay, we disagree. Smiley, that's fine. But let me give you an example. Hey, Wendy, let me just give you an example. All right. So everyone called Trump's Muslim ban racist. That's all they looked at was the Muslim ban policy. But if anyone went to go read it, the policy, oh, okay, Smiley. Okay, that's fair, and that's a fair okay. So what they did was they played on the news Muslim ban, but they didn't read the fine print on the policy, meaning any country that allows and endorses terrorism, there would be a travel ban too. So there were countries in the Middle East that were not affected. Hey Zen. So there were countries on the that were not affected by the Muslim ban because they had a relationship and an agreement with us, and they had a zero tolerance on. Yeah, and it was never a Muslim ban. It was a terrorism ban. It was a zero tolerance policy on terrorism. So if you're a terror state, if you're considered by the State Department or any other as a terror state, they're not going to let you into the U.S. That was the policy. That was the policy. Yeah, as it should be. So sometimes if it's labeled something by the press, you got to look at the actual policy and what it entails. So if someone says something like this Pauline Hanson, see if there's a policy behind it. See if there's a policy behind it. And if there is no real policy behind it, or a protest against an existing policy for a practical reason, then you have a problem here, you know? So I just found that whole exchange in the Australian Senate to be, oh, so all right, everyone. So Amy wants to delete her community post, so that's fine, Amy. I sound so dumb. You do too when you scream, so that's all right. No one cares what you think. So you can sit there and embarrass yourself like you always do, and we'll continue to tell the truth about you, all right? So why don't you take Darling Nikki's offer and remove the lies off your community wall and shut the fuck up, and this can end. All right? Yeah, she screams off the charts over nothing. No, she's not well again. Because when I knew her, she would act okay for a, yeah, she'll be screaming very soon. Don't worry about it. She'll be screaming very, very soon, you know. Yeah, because I noticed something, all right. During my friendship with her, she behaved for a while, and then she go a little. She do some stupid, psychotic things, and she act normal again. So, yeah, that's Amy for you. You know, that's Amy. So, all right, everyone. I want to thank everyone for coming, and hit that thumbs up, and don't forget, yeah, don't forget to my Cash App or PayPal. It's always open. So, all right, everyone. See everyone later. Bye bye.